blue side with that ban of the Zeri, the Cassante, and the Rumble. We got that Nico, Lucian, and TF banned by OMG. And first pick priority from NIP is actually the Aphelios.
Well, you have some issues here now. You either give up Vi Ahri or you give up the Milio. I don't think you can give up the Milio. I think that's the right choice. You have to pretty much take Ahri on this rotation now. Now, Angel is a good player of the Ahri. I think that Cream and Angel are two of our better Ahri players in the league. Turns out we have a lot. Oh, no! Ah!
Okay.
Ah, Yubi made it through!
The double kitty cat comp. Is Ahri a kitty
Wait,
cat?
hang on. I take offense. No, she's a fox, Mazel. They're completely different.
Ears, tails, you know, animals. I know what animals do.
That encompasses like dozens of different animals. Anyway, we have a lot of different picks making it through for this third game. The learnings from that first game meant that the TF was taken off the table from OMG. They gave up the Milio. Everything's been given up in response, though. We're not going to get ourselves something like the Zeri Yuumi. But now with the Tristana locked in, Cream did play this a lot in mid lane. It's pretty good into the Ahri as well. You get early shove, which is not something that Ahri typically has to deal with. And it can combo up well with a Vi in terms of, again, jumping forward, having high target access. So that could be in mid lane. I don't know whether Milio Tristana is a good bot lane. I haven't experienced that myself. Because Aphelios Yuumi is not necessarily the most pressuring bot lane, I think you could survive in that 2v2. So technically still flex. And effectively, I think OMG are using that flex. I think that Annie is just going towards that mid lane.
Think about the range. You already get advanced range as you level up with Tristana as you go through the game, right? But also with the Velio, that range advantage is going to be insane. And the single target selection that they're going to have right now with the Annie now locked in is so troublesome for NIP. Now, they do have a lot of really good peel tools right now. They get the Viego for Shadow, something aggressive to combat Aki's Vi. But it is this Gragas that means the most in this game, I feel like. Those casks are going to have to be on point.
So Shanji's Gragas counter has been Aatrox this split. You do have an enchanter to make that work. However, if you're going into a tank on that top side, picked up the hovering there, would have also worked tank versus tank. Shanji, his champion pool is so large, you know he's going to have so many different answers to it. He goes back towards this cannon. Now, of course, you are going to be going into that Yuumi who's going to have the exhaust, of course, which will help the Aphelios stand and fight. But with the amount of, again, proactive tools which OMG have with potentially winning lanes as well, and he is meant to keep the Ahri in lane. Cannon wins almost every lane we see in meta right now. The one question mark is this bot lane, because the Tristana Milio, it's not something which I've seen before. You're against a Yuumi as well, which, of course, gives you a bit of a time condition on the game. Most of the time, evened out a little bit by the Milio, because you both have very, very strong enchanters. This game is very strange draft compared to our first two.
I will say there was a kind of point we were hovering around earlier on in the series when we were setting things up, that will bot lane be exploited on either side. We definitely saw that in game number one against OMG. Abel and PP not having necessarily the best time. Game number two looked a lot more stable. Now we're getting the culmination where we had a serious clapback from OMG, and now it's NIP with a little bit of aggression, trying to combat a lot of that comfort still coming through for OMG. And while we were talking about exploiting bot lane, it is still this 2v2 in mid jungle that you have to look at. Will we get a 3 of 3 of Aki just invading on Shadow level 2 and trying to pressure to make sure that his lanes can find advantages? Or do, going into a third game, NIP actually have an answer to that? Do they play proactively around that aggression? We're going to be finding out very soon as we dive into game number 3 here. Both teams on the precipice of claiming another series win as we are in week number 3, almost to that halfway point. And it is NIP looking at a comeback here from that game 2, Jayo's ring. As soon as that body slam came forward, you know what was coming. The guillotine comes down in first blood to OMG. Shadow's waiting for Aki in the wings, but he's by himself. And quickly, Shanji can come down to join. So he's just going to start the back. Aki will end up backing off. Shanji going to have to stop his back. See the GAN Esports logo there from Aki, but it's Shadow looking for something back.
Yeah, this tower is completely gone. The work done by Cream earlier means that this tower is very low HP. It's going to go completely down. Big jump up here. Invincible has flash, has ult. This could be a big flank angle.
This is like a triple flank coming through from NIP. Into 4 members here. Cast comes through and the resets start coming through. NIP find the big pick-apart fight, and Aki will go down here unless the Vault Breaker's enough to get him out. The slow head come through at the last second. Charm connects, and Invincible connects that kill. That's huge stuff for NIP.
Impact of the game, while Shanji just didn't commit to that fight. You don't have to stay this far. They just overstay a handful of seconds too much, and that's it. That's enough. They group up. Huge body slam coming in from Invincible. Now we have the sideline play. He doesn't have that flash anymore.
Oh no, a little bit of caster cursing and a little bit of dying for Invincible. Kareem gets the kill in the side lane.
They had the similar situation in game one. NIP, they're looking for a bursty fight. Take down a target first.
They might have seen Shanji here. He still comes in lethal as ever. Nice body slam from Invincible's final chapter across the majority of the team. As the reset position-wise comes through for NIP, they come away losing their ADC, which means they cannot contest this dragon. Sole point to OMG.
Very early on from OMG.
And I'm just saying right now, you got a 5-minute timer from this moment that we're rewatching is Shanji. Even with the control ward, it doesn't matter because you're still going to get the pressure off on that side. And while the block comes through from Invincible, it's just great target selection from OMG. It just feels like NIP are backed against the wall and just trying to fight their way out of it. The cast comes through, Cream separated, but he gets the CC on Invincible. Because of that trade, NIP back away from the Baron.
NIP, again, they have to go for this. They're losing in the wider map. It's close run stuff right now. They're looking to see who they can catch out from OMG, but without flashes, they have themselves the Spellbook Smite on Angel. They have 2 smites to 1. They might look to go for the flip.
We're dancing a little bit of a 1-2 step right now. NIP back on the Baron. OMG, they are tired of this game. And Aki overextends himself. The front to back is taking advantage of by OMG, though. They distracted the backline of NIP, and that has led to a boon for OMG. Shadow goes back in. Can Photic be the difference maker? Shanji, he gets exhausted, and here comes Abel. He's shutting him down and taking down the house. As Swole goes down, resets come through. PP God versus Angel is all that's left. Angel with a triple. He's looking for a quadra. He gets the damage. It's gonna be good. And it's NIP who come out on top in a long haul fight.
Despite this, the Baron does not die. Dragon is now on the table. That would be Soul for OMG. This is not out of the woods yet for NIP. This has to be part of a multi-step comeback for them. But this is a hell of a way to do it. Aki goes way too deep. He gets soloed out, and that's a reset. You have Ahri, you have Viego, extra ult charge and a heal for the Ahri. The stolen soul from the jungler as well adds in an awful lot of value. You can see what happens when Shadow picks up the body of the Vi. The basic abilities are crazy. This fight's one thing though. You can see the setup for the dragon coming in picture. It gets damn close, but you need to start winning around this dragon fight. If you don't win this, Infernal Soul might just be the end of the game.
For OMG, if they can take this dragon, they've already gotten it down about half health. Here comes Shadow with the steal. Can he get it? He does it. It's Abel. And afterwards, the fight too. The backline access from Cream with the flash in. They found Photic, and that should just mean it, right? OMG, they catch out Shadow on the side, and it doesn't matter if Angel comes out in those fights previously. It is an Infernal Soul burning them alive. And OMG, breath of life achieved. As a Baron goes down, we'll take a look at that replay.
Yeah, I guess we found out what the Snowball's chance in hell was. If it's OMG Snowball, sounds a pretty good chance. This was an awesome angle from Cream. NIP, they have to rush into this river. They have to cut corners on their setup, which means that Cream gets a flank angle. They can't protect. Photic can draw on that bot side, or rather just kind of like into the top side of that river bit. I was a huge fan of the Halo games growing up, and it feels like the Mac rounds are spinning up. Artillery is ready. OMG, Kira Cream's caught.
They got the Heartbreaker down. They got one body. They're looking for more resets here. And they need to watch Abel, though. He's the big focus. Going back into the pit. Heartbreaker not going to hit from Shadow. Abel's still alive. Moonlight Vigil comes through. You're starting to get resets on both sides. Rocket Jump comes out from Abel. Abel's looking for another one. He got shut down by Angel last time. He won't be shut down this time. And Shanji, he's going to find that slicing Maelstrom, but can't get the damage to stick. Photic, that's a lot of buster shot. Tick, tick, gone. A quadra kill for Abel. Can he get the penta here? Does he even want it? It's all eyes on Abel for OMG. We said he could have been the weak link. Well, there ain't no weak link in this bot lane today.
Abel becomes Kane, the original murderer. Quadra kill for him. And this Tristana, Milio, this experiment, the Gambit leaving up the Yuumi, taking the Milio. It works out, and you'll see them to 3-2, taking down the Ninjas in Pajamas.
2-1 and a huge reverse sweep from OMG, just seeming like they found the composition in game 2 that worked for them. They found the aggression that worked for them. And here, even though there was a lot of promising fights from NIP, OMG just with the decisive plays and with the Tristana pick that took the game by storm.